Oh, what's up, COPI gang? Welcome into Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. I'm your host here for Reed. As a part of today's special interview, I'll be joined by the Cornucopias team to break down exactly what we can expect for the remainder of the year of 2025 as the Rage and Bull is just about to kick off. Now, we'll start off with a brief intro about the Cornucopias game, talk about their latest release, upcoming sales, and exactly what we can expect moving into 2026. And as always, I'm joined by two of four co-founders, also known as Rob Gregg and Josh Jones. Gentlemen, this is take two. For anybody that is watching this, we literally just shot 15 minutes only for me to realize that I did not press record. And so I'm still knocking off the dust. But it's great to see the both of you guys here in your first interview, I believe, for the year of 2025. Josh, how are you, man?
Doing great, man. It's great to see you and shake it off. It's all good. We just got a little practice. It's literally Rob and I's first interview of 2025, I think. So
Yep.
Good to have it with you, man.
Thank you, and I appreciate the honor. All right, Rob, over to you. It's good to see you. You've got a new look. I'm loving the mustache and the goatee. How you been, man?
Yep, it's no longer the bear market, so I'm now growing things, but I don't think it'll last long. It's not going down very well. But yeah, I'm doing quite well. Just come back from a week in Spain, so it's nice to be back in the rain.
Awesome to see you there as well. All right, gentlemen, we're going to dive right on in here. I want to be respectful of both of your guys' time. And I think same thing for round two. Josh, I'm going to pitch it over to you. If you could break down what the Cornucopias game is for anybody who's hearing about it for the first time, that would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. So Cornucopias is a game. It's set in a lore. The lore is such that humanity has ascended the earth into the clouds because of a calamity. And in the clouds, in these giant dome-shaped structures, you get to explore, travel, mine, craft, race, participate in combat, participate in the in-game economy. There's so much variety coming throughout the remainder of this year in the game. It's also we're based on a metaverse kind of concept where you as the player get to create your digital sense of life in this world of Cornucopias. You get to create your own avatar. You get to eventually, very soon, coming soon, build out and customize your own apartment and your land that allows you to participate in the game and the economy in the game. So there's so much involved in that, and we can unpack that more later if we need to. But yeah, that's Cornucopias.
Thank you. And what I'll do is leave the links to everything Cornucopias down below for anybody who's hearing about the game for the first time. Join their Twitter, join their Discord, by far one of the fastest and strongest communities here. And when I say fastest, I mean fastest growing here within Cardano as well as Base, because they are also supported on that network. Now, I mentioned earlier, we're going to be discussing their recently released build. We're going to be talking about their nodes and some of the features that have been released on that front, jumping into their highly anticipated land grab, their apartment sale, and exactly what we can expect as a part of future or their next builds. Now, I believe, Rob, this is where you shine. Can you break down what has been released as a part of the most recently featured build for the Cornucopias game?
Yeah, we've been building and releasing games for the last few years now. We've been live 24/7, and this build has been our first build, actually, for our first release for 6 months. So the community have been really itching to get into this one. What we did, we took our time on this one because we packed so much updates into it. We're currently in pre-alpha, so we continue to release another pre-alpha build, and we're looking later in this year to actually move forward into alpha with a listing on Steam and Epic. But this version, we use the very latest from the Unreal Engine 5. That's version 5.6. So this now includes the latest with the lumen lighting, the nanite technology, and ray tracing. So the game has never looked as good as it now currently does. We've took advantage of the very latest in motion matching. So our character has been redone from start. The movement, everything that you've seen in the past, we know that was one of the biggest feedback from the community. That's been completely rewritten. I think the characters look absolutely amazing. At the same time, we redid the avatar creator. So it was pretty advanced before, and I think it will go on and compete with not only Web3 but games at AAA games, because I think it's that good with all the different sliders that you can change the size of the character, you can change the facial features, everything you can do, and you get a preview in real time. I think that really stands up, and I think that's almost coming to kind of like the alpha version of that. And I think that looks incredible. So we took our time, we built that. We've just released the combat system, which takes into account the motion matching and the avatar. That's why it took so long. Putting all these huge systems together was really complex. But I think we've mastered that for this release as well. It's still not perfect, and it will get better. But the combat system is in version 1. So that doesn't include fighting mobs or any monsters at the moment. That's coming in the future build. But this one is the first look and feel where the players can actually get hold of their and use their NFT rifles and pistols and all the other the different weapons that we've got. And they've had a look and feel of some of the monsters that are coming. We've created shooting ranges in 4 of our largest worlds. We've got Solace 1, 2, and 3. All 3 of those huge floating domes in the sky, like Josh said. Those are all 8 kilometers by 8 kilometers. They're absolutely massive. They've all got shooting domes in them. There are the main city called Toledo. That's actually 9 kilometers by 9 kilometers. That houses a racing game. That's where the characters will start. They'll fly in with a ship. They'll run around and play together. The Solaces themselves, they have got new mines in there where you can go and explore. There's not mining there at the moment because we're still working on the crafting system, but you can get the atmosphere of going down in the mines and running around it, and that's really cool. Like I say, we've got shooting ranges in Solace and in Toledo. We've got a new adventure in there called Aero Trails, where players can use their NFT jetpacks and they can fly through against the timed leaderboard, and they can enter the competitions in the future. We did have a kind of like a soccer game called Rumble Ball, which was very crude and raw. That's been completely revamped. That's more playable now. We've got kick, we've got dribble, we've got lots and lots more stuff. But I'll be here talking a while. So the best thing to do is just come in Discord, download the game, and have a look. I think it's, this for me, we called it the kind of the before the storm release. This is it feels and looks like a completely different game.
And I just want to shout out Josh from Late Game Crypto. He's been posting a lot of content. He's obviously worked very close with you guys as well. And yeah, just watching him play.
We love Josh.
Yes, so do I. He's very he's become more than a creator to me. He's become a friend, But that aside, watching him go through the recent build has been so mind-opening for me. Like you said, Rob, it feels like a completely different game, watching the movements when you're landing from the jetpack, watching him going through the tunnels, shooting at these targets, it is a high pace, high action, high excitement, like that's what I've been craving. And so to hear that the monsters are going to be coming next, right, where maybe they're moving around now you've got, like it's going to add, I think, a really exciting element that for a lot of people that come from traditional shooters, this is going to attract them. In addition, right, to all the other activities that you guys have that maybe attract a different crowd, right? So I think, again, you guys have sort of focused on one area, but I think for me, it's an area that I really was anticipating, to see you guys developing. And so happy that it's finally there. Now, in terms of things that have been added, Josh, that was a massive list. Did Rob miss out on anything, or do you want to maybe touch on anything else?
What I'd say is, yes, that is a massive list, and there's a massive amount more coming from the remainder of this year. I would say that as a project, we've really, building all throughout the bear. I mean, since 2021, the entire market's been bearish, really, when we started. And we managed to build a team and really set a solid foundation. And now we're just hitting speed where we're organized and we can really go out and start adding all the gameplay loops for the remainder of this year. As Rob mentioned, we've got the giant domes. I mean, we have 4 giant domes right now that are, it would take you months and months and months to explore all of them. And that's not even the full amount of real estate that will be in Cornucopias when we complete. Well, we'll never complete, but like when we complete the defined amount of land that there will be in Cornucopias of real estate, when that is complete, then it's going to be enormous, bigger than any game in the world. And I think in terms of curated real estate that you can explore is what I mean. Custom created, not programmatically or procedurally generated. They're all created unique and by hand, and it's varied environments, etc. What I would add to the magnet, so I guess what I'm trying to illustrate is there is a magnitude to this vision that is it's not achievable 5 years ago or 10 years ago. It's not even 5 years ago. And the reason for that is where tech has been in terms of game engines and what is possible. And this is why you have these niche kind of focuses that games take. Well, what we've taken with our vision is given you this variety of life with inside Cornucopias. And one might say that that's too big, it's too hard. Well, it's not anymore. Where technology has gone has enabled us to do so much so incredibly quickly that you can have crafting, farming, mining, combat, participating in in-game economy, all of exploration, all of these different things in a game. And it's realistic, creating your own apartment, creating your own avatar. All of these things are very achievable now. And so it is a massive vision, what we have for the game. And I would like to also add to that, considering that people would think this is incredibly high risk, and it is, right? But the 95% of the MMOs, multiplayer games out there, don't even make it to this point. Meaning that, and this point is having a game that's live, published, and marketable. And we're really close to being marketable to mainstream gamers as well. So we've made it past the largest barrier to entry in MMO games, where most people don't even make it, which is an enormous accomplishment. And on top of that, we have the magnitude of our vision that's unfolding, at an incredible pace. And so we're at this place where I think we're going to start to see explosive growth when people start to discover how quality the game is, how quality the graphics are, and we start getting these core game loops that are coming in the next 2 builds coming out. Those are positioning us to list on Steam, which is the largest platform out there, and that's going to get some serious eyeballs, and then also list on Epic as well. That's positioning us for a large release to mainstream gamers, and that's coming this year. So we're very excited about what's going on. I just kind of wanted to wrap up what Rob talked about, so many features and things that we've added in this recent release that are huge to the core gameplay. And you add that with the vision and with our roadmap of this year, and we have a game that's really coming to maturity.
And at the perfect time, again, attention is just crawling back into the space. And I think you guys will be top of mind and at the top of the list, right? Again, with what you just mentioned with Steam, Epic Play Store, like all these things, I think will play a really big part in the visibility of what you guys are building out there. And so you actually touched on one thing that I think is a really great segue to the next segment, which is the amount of land that's going to be available in the game. Now, I am a Cornucopias OG, thanks to the both of you guys, right? And I recall the days where you guys were actually selling land NFTs. And so I still have my NFTs. When can I expect in terms of the ability to like choose, right, where my actual land is going to be, AKA the land grab? When is that going to be coming down the pipes?
Well, that's a great question. And it's always hard to answer those timing questions, but I want to give some context because we do believe it's so close. So I can't give a date, but I would say this, that I feel very confident it'll be within 30 days. And I would also say that if you're watching this now and you have land, if you have a land NFT, it's time to start preparing, because there's a lot, like we said before, there's a lot of space to explore. 3 8-kilometer domes that are totally unique. So finding that property in that location that you want is key. And so you've got some homework to do, and you could either do that on the website. If you don't have a graphics card that can get you into the game, you can go to the website and start looking through the different properties on there. Basically got a Zillow type app where you can go look at different properties and favorite them and all sorts of things. So you can prepare in that way, or you could go prepare by getting in the game, running around and looking for that waterfront property or that in-town property that appeals to you, that you think is going to be the best scenario.
Thank you, Rob. Anything that you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, there's no bad plot. So if you left it till the last minute, you'd be fine. We also announced that we're gonna the land grab, the format of the land grab. What we're going to do is we're gonna have people are going to be able to go in, favorite their land plots, and place their NFTs where their favorite places are. And then I think the time is going to be something like every 75 seconds or 60 seconds, 75 seconds. We will have like an algorithm that goes through, and that will probably last about a week for every land plot. So this is the first the first land grab for the 3 solaces. You know, in the future we'll also have Esperanza and we'll have Fortune, which again is 3 more huge spaces for Esperanza and 3 more for Fortune. So yeah, definitely come in and take part in the Solace land grab, so you'll get a taste of what's to come.
Perfect. And thank you both there again. Links to their Discord and everything will be left down below for the viewers who are interested in joining, picking up NFTs. I believe you can do that on JPEG or essentially many of the marketplaces here within the Cardano ecosystem. All right. Now, as a part of that, right, once somebody has their land, they've got to actually build something on top of it, right? So I think that also segues us into the apartment sale. Maybe again, we start with Josh and then I'll turn it over to Rob.
Sure. So yes, with the land, you'll have a variety of different things you can do with your land, and that's an important point. You'll be able to add different sorts of industries that help you to participate in the in-game economy, but you can also just add a house with a little bit of farm space as well. All of that is very, very possible. There will be limited customizations in the beginning with the land, and then over time, we'll add more and more and more to what you can do to really beautify and customize your property and so things of that nature. Now with the apartments, that's more of, this is where every player gets a free place to stay when they come into Cornucopias. You can also purchase a premium apartment. And by the way, we have an apartment sale coming up soon as well too. So we're going to get the land grab taken care of first, and then we're going to execute on the apartment sale. But basically, with the apartments, you can customize them. You can change the not the floor plan. You can change the way the walls are within the apartment and the room sizes, and customize what you put on the walls and customize the look and feel. It's again, that's part of the digital sense of life I was talking about. You create your avatar, who you're going to be in this world. You create your space and modify your space and customize that for how you want to live and where you want to live in this world. And then you can customize your land and how you want to participate in the in-game economy and what you do in the game. It's part of that digital sense of life where we're creating that variety, which is huge. But yes, apartment sale coming soon. And I don't know what else Rob would add to that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, you know, we build everything agile. So have you seen with the character creator, you know, we had version 1, version 2, version 3. With combat, we had version 1. So this is version 1 of the apartments. That same code is also being used for building on your land in the future. So we haven't prioritized 1. This is an easier building the interior, while at the same time we're building the exteriors as well. So this is all part of a huge loop of kind of work, rest, and play, where you'll be able to do various traits and occupation within the game. Then you'll be able to come back to your apartment, which is a very like a cozy kind of gameplay. If you want, you can go and do combat. So there's something for everyone. You can choose your adventure every single day, and they all tie in together with the in-game economy, where you will go into the main game and you'll do various tasks, and you'll earn the in-game currency, and then you'll be able to go to the other shops, and maybe you'll be able to craft some items for your land or for your apartment. So they're all interconnected and all parts of bigger loops.
Yeah, I'm excited for that there as well. And want to give you guys a shout out for showing me a little bit of alpha behind the scenes, right? And for me, again, I was just blown away to see how stunning, how modern, and how lifelike all of this has been. And so to touch on what Rob said in terms of agile, like again, I've followed you guys since day one, right? And seeing, what the bubbles look like, the homes inside the bubbles look like. You guys had released some demos in times past, and comparing that to now, I'm like, how are you guys finding ways to continuously improve? But I think that's a part of the process. Is as you guys are developing, there's new tools, new features, and you guys are taking advantage of that in real time. So I think that's one of the benefits of being able to build using this type of methodology. You guys are able to adapt and make changes and integrate things as they're developing and being released very, very quickly. Again, I was blown away, and I'm excited for what's going to be to come. Now, as we get ready to dive into this last piece, we're looking ahead, right? It's so crazy. It's already about to be August. And I feel like 2025 just started. Like, where is the time gone? I think crypto ages us all, but what's going to be coming next? And what can we look forward to in 2026? And maybe this time we go the other way around. Rob, would you like to go first in terms of what we can expect? And then Josh will close out with you.
Yeah, I mean, we have a short-term, medium, and long-term, I suppose. That the next part of this year, Q3 and Q4, is all about building up to the alpha release. So alpha really is trying to get as many core features within the game, not fully perfected, but to get them as many as we can. So we'll be working on DLSS. That's obviously a performance boost to get some really good improved performance out of existing PCs. So we're going to be releasing we're very close to for Esperanza. So Esperanza is another 3 8-kilometer by 8 kilometers. Those are almost complete. Hopefully we'll get those out by the end of the year. We're looking for a listing on Steam and the Epic Marketplace, like we said. We're going to go for the next version of combat, where the rifts. So we're going to release a lot of lore as well. Basically the world is under attack. These rifts open and these monsters come out, and the players have got to work together or on their own to close these rifts and kill all these monsters and these mobs that come out. So that part of combat will hopefully be coming out either in the next build or the one after it, but definitely this year. We've been working on crafting for the last few months as well, so that's going to come out. That will complete the mining loops, and it will have the logging loops in there as well. So we have all these logging centers. That we will also have the land plots themselves, where players will be able to build shops and do trading within those. We've got quests that are coming. We're investigating heavily within AI NPCs, so hopefully we'll get to see some of those. We've definitely got NPCs at the moment, but AI generated, AI powered NPCs, hopefully they will come this year. If not, they will come next year. We're looking at some other mini experiences within the game. And then we're hoping to release, once we get the XP system in there, maybe have a season X where players will be doing all the different experiences together, building up a few levels, not the final version of the levels where you have the full progression system, but I like I say with Agile, an early part where people can compete against each other for leaderboards, and there'll be some COPI competitions within there as well. So that's all hopefully to come this year. I don't think have I missed anything there, Josh?
What I would say in addition to that would be that with a project of this magnitude, like I was talking about before, and what we anticipate with a reaction from mainstream gaming, etc., we believe we have something really special, and that there's going to be a flood of people coming in to check out what we're doing. And a result of that is that you've got to be prepared with infrastructure. And so that's not coming. That's already here. I just wanted to mention it because I realized that we hadn't mentioned that before. We've got node infrastructure that's our proprietary system that allows players all over the world to download from node holders. Those are different PC holders all over the world that own nodes in Cornucopias, and so players can download that. That came in the recent release, and then also we've got our own proprietary desktop launcher and marketplace, and finally the game server structure. We've had to build that custom as well, and so that has really prepared us for massive flood of traffic. We can just turn on more servers automatically and we're set and good to go. So that's just those systems will just at this point just be refined as we get more data throughout the year, which is fantastic because it prepares us for what we believe is coming. And so Rob didn't really miss anything. I just wanted to kind of take a step back and make sure people understood that with the magnitude of this vision and with where we're headed, that we have the infrastructure as well to support it. It has been an unbelievably huge undertaking, and we've done, in my opinion, we've made a ton of mistakes, but we've also done incredibly well at building out our own systems and team to accomplish all of these different things.
The amazing dynamic duo, Rob Gregg and Josh Jones, 2 of 4 founders here of the Cornucopias game. Huge shout out and thanks to you guys for making the time here. As always, thank you guys for giving me the alpha and the opportunity to break this out to my community here within and now going to be growing outside of Cardano. That said, ladies and gentlemen, that is it here for today's video. A brief update here on everything going on with the Cornucopias game. Again, shout out to Rob and Greg here. If it's your first time and you found this type of content to be helpful, please smash that thumbs up, share it out. It's one of the best ways to make sure that everybody understands exactly what's being built. If you want more, consider subscribing to the channel here. I'll be providing daily content moving into the bull. And last but not least, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free, as long as they're respectful, to leave them down in the comment section below. That said, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, everybody. Take care.